Hello, it is 2025. And if you want to learn to paint in 2025, this video is perfect for you. If you want to paint in acrylic paint, this is not what you paint with. This is great for craft painting. This is not great for fine art painting because of the lack of pigments, the thinness of it. It will run. You will not get the results you want with this. What you need to use as a beginning painter is something like this. This is a student grade paint. I'm sure this came from probably Hobby Lobby or someplace like that. This is what you want to start with. This is a relatively heavy body. This is a decent paint to learn to paint with. As you get better, you're going to want something a little more like this. I love Liquitex paint, and I love it not because of the paint. I love it because of this lid. My arthritic hands can actually open it. Otherwise, with the smaller lids, I need a pair of needle nose pliers. So for me, this is critical. But this is a great heavy body acrylic paint. It's a great professional paint. Beginners can absolutely use it, but this type here is going to be less expensive. And when you're first getting started, I know you don't want to put a ton of money into something that you might not like or you might not use. So I stick with the student grade acrylic paint in a tube like this. As you can see, I have a ton of brushes, but you don't need all these brushes to get started. Let me just explain about brushes. The wider the brush, the larger the number. So if you got a 10 or a 12, this is probably a 12. This is a 14 or 16. And this is probably a 4. So you need something that is like this in that it's flat and it is synthetic. And you need a couple, like maybe a 4 and an 8 to get started. These are, this is a bristle brush, a natural bristle brush. And again, you could use the same size, maybe a 4 and maybe a 10 in a bristle brush. And you can also get a script liner, and this is for fine detail work, and they come in sizes also. And I would get a 0 to start with. So that's really all you need is 4 or 5 brushes. And don't be swayed by buying them all in a pack, because those are not quality brushes. You don't have to have the best brushes, but you don't want the cheapest brushes either because of the way that they will work with the paint. So you want to get something, you can buy synthetic flats in a pack, and those would be maybe 6 to 8 brushes, and that should be under $15. I've never really seen good natural bristle brushes in a pack. I've always had to buy them singly, and they're going to be anywhere from $8 to $10 each. And a synthetic, like a script liner like this, there might come one in the pack of synthetic flats. I'm not saying it will, but it might. But if you have to buy one by itself, I'd go for the 0. Okay, so there you go with the brushes that you need to start painting in 2025. Oh, but Miss Sharon, what should I paint on? Well, this is Canson watercolor paper, and I'm sure I purchased this at Walmart. There are 30 sheets. It is 9 by 12, and it is 140 pounds. That means that when you paint on it with acrylic paint, it's not going to bleed through. It will warp somewhat, which is why I tape it to a board, and I tape it all the way around to make like a border, and I don't just tape the corners. But this is good heavy paper. It's great for beginners. It's great to practice on. And then you have these little supports, and this is a 4 by 6 canvas panel. And these, you can get these all the way up to a 24 by 36. These are great to practice on, to make small paintings with, to play around with. These make great gifts, by the way. So anyway, a canvas panel. And then finally I have over here a linen stretched canvas, okay? And this is, linen is really more for people who are more professional than beginners. So you can buy packs of support canvases, uh, smaller, and those would be perfect for beginners. Let me show you. I buy these from Dick Blick. These are 8 by 8s, and there are 12 in the pack. I don't remember how much I paid for them, but they were on a sale, and I am an affiliate for Dick Blick Art, and I will put some links in the description for you for these products, and if you use my link, I will receive a small stipend, but it doesn't affect what you pay for it. You can find all sorts of packs like this. You don't want the cheapest thing out there. But again, as a beginner, you need to be conscious of what you're spending your money on. What if you don't like it and you've put all this money out? I wouldn't buy these until I have painted up at least one whole pack of watercolor paper and I'm in love with it and I can't stop doing it. That's when I would start to buy something like this. Okay, so now you have an idea of what it is you need to get started. I will put a playlist up here. Sometimes it ends up over there, I'm sorry. But I will put the playlist of easy painting tutorials. My channel is dedicated to beginning painters, and there are all sorts of videos on there for beginners. But this particular playlist has nothing but tutorials for painting specific things. So if you want to learn to paint in 2025, I would check me out for sure. And you can also go on my website, paintingwithacrylics101.com, and there is a blog there that has all sorts of videos and posts about different topics for beginning painters. There's also a number of free things that you can get, like little ebooks and things like that you can print out and put in a notebook where you paint, and you can refer to them often. I took notes at the very first class I ever took over 20 years ago, and they're sitting right over there, and I refer to them. So these are good things to have in your arsenal as you learn how to paint. And the one I recommend the most, and I will put a link in the description for it specifically, is a bundle of 3 different ebook things. And I just think that any beginning artist should become more aware of these items in the bundle. And it's all free. I mean, what have you got to lose? Nothing. So anyway, I hope that that you're going to paint this year, 2025. My word of the year is education. I am going to improve my art, and I'm going to work on that all the time. Probably going to take you along on the journey with me. So anyway, let's have a great 2025, and let's paint together soon.